Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cafe Entree podcast. I am your host, Cafe Entree. This is the podcast where we discuss all the latest news happening in the world of film, food, pop culture, and entertainment. If this is your first time, I thank you guys for tuning in. And also, I need you to do me a small cookie crumb favor, which is to hit that like, subscribe, so that you can follow me and keep up with all the latest news, all the latest things that I talk about, and you have that front row seat. So let's get into today's topic. Well, let me just say this. I wouldn't even call it a topic. I would just say this was more of disrespect. When you attend somebody's funeral, you attend the funeral out of respect for that person and out of respect for the family. And you put all your personal things aside, whether you like that person, whether you dislike that person, whatever you got going on, you don't bring that up in there because that's not the place or the time to do that. And if that's something that you can't do, just don't show up. But when you attend somebody's funeral service and you be disrespectful, you're disrespecting that person, you're disrespecting that place, and you're disrespecting the family. And when you do that, some families, they're going to approach you about it. And some may not. But you definitely going to hear about it. And in this case, this is what happened at Jesse Jackson's funeral. Jesse Jackson, the iconic civil rights leader, he passed away. My prayers and heart go out to his family. And we all know that Jesse was a very big, powerful, iconic figure, not just in the United States, but all over the world. So when he had his funeral in Chicago, my hometown, there were so many people that attend: entertainers, athletes, celebrities, politicians, business people. Any and everybody was at that funeral service. And the Democrats, as you see right here, they decided to show up, which was Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Obama, Biden, Kamala Harris. They all showed up to pay their respects to Reverend Jackson and to the family and to his legacy. Well, that's what we thought they were going to do. But that wasn't the case because they had their own agenda. And their agenda was not what Jesse Jr. asked. He was very, very abundantly clear when he said, don't bring your politics here out of respect for my father's legacy, and to the family. Everybody is welcome. No matter what party you with, Democrat, Republican, left, right, independent, whatever. And what did they do? They turned that into a political campaign for the Democratic Party. And we all know what happened, how Obama, Biden, Kamala Harris got up there, and instead of talking about Reverend Jackson and his legacy, they used that to attack Trump, to attack the Republicans, to talk about what they've done to the economy and to the world. but nothing about Jesse Jackson's legacy, about what he done, what he stood for. None of that. And when that happened, I know that Jesse Jr. was sitting right there, and in his mind, he was saying, "Didn't I tell these motherfuckers don't bring that shit up in here?" But they decided to do it anyway. Didn't y'all hear me say that? Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? And what they do? And he had every right to be furious and upset. Now, some people said when they done that, I would have asked them to leave, which he would have been well in his right to do that because they did not respect him and his family's wishes. But then the other side too was that his thing was that I don't want to make a scene. I'm not going to disrespect and cause this problem and make this bigger than what it really is at my father's funeral because it's about him. So he's like, I'm not going to do anything disrespectful to him. I'm not going to be doing anything disrespectful to his legacy or in his church. Now, if it would have been me, after the funeral, I would have pulled them to the side and would have gave them an earful. And they probably wouldn't have liked what I said, but they would have got an earful. Now, what I can say when all this happened is that Bill Clinton, he did not say anything. He kept his mouth shut. He sat right there and paid respects. I believe maybe Bill probably wanted to say something, but when he saw what Biden and Kamala Harris and Obama did, he was like, yeah, you know what? I ain't getting up there. I'm gonna sit my ass down right here. And I'm pretty sure Hillary probably told him, sit your ass right here. We ain't finna be a part of that. She probably like, we not finna do this here. We just gonna sit here and be quiet and let them do what they do. But we not gonna have no parts in that. And I respect Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Not saying that they did it, that's just my opinion. But I do respect the fact that Bill did not get up and say anything. He just sat right there when they all did it and was just like, okay, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. So I give kudos to him for that. And then Jesse Jr., we saw the next day he made a statement saying that, how these former presidents got up there and spoke and didn't know anything about my father. He had a right to be upset. He had a right to be angry, no doubt. Because at the end of the day, it was total disrespect. And this just shows how disrespectful and dirty the political game is. They don't care about you. They don't care about anything else. They just care about them, what they want, and their agenda. And it's like that, we're Democrats, Republicans, whatever you are. But right now we're talking about the Democrats and what they did. Because this is one of the Republicans doing this. This was all Democrats. This was not the time and the place for that. And yeah, people are getting on them about what they did. And they should. They absolutely should. And this just shows where the Democratic Party has gone. That they so obsessed, they so pissed off about losing that they want to win so bad that you're going to do that by any means necessary, coming to somebody's funeral. So what was they just sitting in what was they all sitting there talking about? Hey, you know what? Jesse Jackson funeral, that'll be a great platform to go there and talk about Trump and talk about the economy and talk about what he's doing, because majority of people up in there, are African, are the black votes, and we're gonna need that strong black vote, to win the office back, to win some of these seats, and when we run for the presidency, so we can use this as the platform. And they probably like, yeah, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that. And and like I said, this was not the time and the place for it. And some people say they should issue apology. They're not going to issue apology. They're not going to say anything because in their mind, they feel like they wasn't wrong. In their mind, they're like, I don't care. Oh, well. But my question is, I just want to know, did the Jackson family or did Jesse Jr., did he have any words for them? Did he tell them how disrespectful that was? Did he talk to them and did he confront them about that? Don't know. But if it was me, I would have done it. I would have definitely done it. Or you got some people that have been like, hey, you know what? Y'all got to get out. Please leave. So it's just the only thing I can say is wow, man, the world of politics. That's why they say politics is a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game. So, I mean, like I said, my prayers and my heart go out to the Jackson family for the loss of their father and the fact that they had to deal with this. But at the end of the day, Kamala, Obama, Biden, y'all wrong for that. And there's no ifs and buts about it. Y'all was wrong for that. And y'all know y'all was wrong for that. That was a low blow. Stay tuned.